Yeah, and I'm back for the continuation of the video. Another cool aspect of Dubai that a lot of people don't see, especially a lot of Muslim people don't see, is that Dubai actually has really clean, spacious mosques with very good reciters in it. Very good reciters in it, beautiful advanced call to prayers. That is also something that is really good about Dubai, a very good aspect of Dubai, that it has a lot of clean mosques, cool mosques to visit, right? Good reciters, etc. Good facilitations. If you have Ramadan, it's easy for you to, for example, pray the Tarawih prayers. The Tarawih prayers facilitated. Of course, when you pray Tarawih, you wanna have a clean space as much as possible, because, well, if it's dirty, etc., it can be taxing to your stress levels, right? It can be taxing. It's already hard. You fasted the whole day, and then you overcome yourself and go out and pray a good portion of the night. You know, if then things are chaotic and dirty, it stresses you 2 times, which is not necessarily necessary, right? So yeah, it's a very good thing that you have all of this calls to prayers, those clean mosques, big mosques, good reciters there, and that's a positive thing, right? I'm not saying anything is perfect, you know. I'm just saying that is a very good thing, and you have to observe it as it is. Especially if you compare it to many places, the rest of the world. Do I say everything is perfect? No, I'm not an absolutist or perfectionist in this video, guys. So, chill. Let's go to the next picture. Just the impressions of Dubai. It's just a beautiful, big place. It's just a beautiful, big place. If you look at this huge skyscraper, the Burj Al Arab, the Tower of the Arabs, huge place. It's also a fulfillment of the prophecy. Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that the hour will not come until the barefooted Arabs, Bedouin Arabs, which the Saudis and the Emiratis and the Gulf people proudly proclaim that no matter how high class they are, no matter how much millions and billions of dollars they have in a bank account, they pride themselves. They have literal pride in themselves, saying we are Bedouins, because Bedouins are associated with toughness, with hardness. You know, they are tough. They are honorable people because they work hard. They have courage. They are very profound in speech. You know, they can do very good poems. You know, they're just something to. There's a symbol of strength, and factually, they are their ancestry, right? Their ancestry are Bedouins, and this is something they take pride in. They're not like, it's not like you can insult them. Like, for example, in a European country, sometimes you can insult somebody for being a farmer, right? Which is not right at all. I think it's messed up, because farmers are amazing people, and they run the countries. Without them, there's no food on your table. So they have a lot of respect. But some people, they still can take it as an insult, or would use it as an insult. In Dubai, you cannot say, "Hey, you Bedouin." It's, you know, you don't do it, because they ascribe themselves to being Bedouin. So the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said the Bedouins will compete in building the highest buildings. And this is exactly what happened. First, this building came, and then the other one, and then the other one, and then the other one, right? So then the Saudis built a bigger building, the Qataris built a bigger building, and the Emiratis built a bigger building, and within the country, bigger building, until you have this building, and maybe there comes another building who's bigger than that. But then there's already planned another building that is bigger than that. You know, they take prestige in the structure of tall buildings, and there's a prophecy that is fulfilled. It's already fulfilled. Small prophecy. That's just on a to note that, right? Not on a, I was about to say on a side note, but it's really like maybe the main note to take, because that's what it's all boiling down to. But also on a side note, look at the beautiful sky. Even though there might be a lot of sand in there, it just has its own charm, its own beauty. And a lot of people don't like the heat too much, which I can understand, you know, if you don't have like also some coldness to cool you down, etc. And you have to move a lot. But it also has its charm, you know, if the city's really warm, and you get that from that picture. I think it's a cool thing. It can be a cool thing. The next picture, of course, as I said, beautiful mosques, have beautiful, spacious mosques, big mosques, you know. You can rejuvenate from all of your worldly pursuits. You can go and focus on God, which is the main purpose of your life. So, beautiful. Beautiful mosque here. I couldn't help myself to use this pic, bro, because it looks so beautiful. Even though, and it's very important that the Prophet said we shouldn't really adorn our mosque that much, right? But focus on the main issue, purpose, which is just prayer. I think maybe this is overdone, but it does look absolutely amazing, you know. As long as this is not the norm, you know, I would take it as a cool exception. There was actually one time I went to Aachen, Germany, and I went to Karl the Great, Charlemagne the Great, and he had a very, very beautiful church there. I mean, beautiful decorations, etc. And I think the architect was inspired or taught by Karl, or Karl taught him his wishes, that it should resemble heaven on earth in a sense, right? So it was very, very beautiful. And there I made in my brain, I said, well, if any time a house of worship was justified to be as beautiful, well, it has to be as beautiful as Karl the Great's chamber there, right? So yeah, I think you see very beautiful mosques, right? Very beautiful. But again, I'm not taking away at all the statement that we have to focus on the worship first. Much more important than the beautification of it, right? But let's not take away from how clean and beautiful the mosques are. Let's go, keep on. Nightlife, beautiful. It's also very notable that there's very low crime in Dubai, which is another great plus for a city. If you are going out at night, you want to go out with your wife, you want to go out with your children, you want to go out with family, friends, it's beautiful to have a safe freaking city, safe freaking city, yeah. You want to go out to a cafe, you want to go out to the movies, to whatever you want to do, to maybe a plaza, maybe you want to go on a beach, eat something at a restaurant or something like that. Maybe you just want to take a walk, or you just want to take a jog or one. You want to be safe. You don't want to be worrying about a crazy dude, people with problems coming at you from any angle. You just don't want to do that, you know. And I don't want to speak like this as if I'm speaking down or something like that. I'm not better at all, you know. You know, it's only God that gets people out of trouble, really, right? If it was not for God, who knows, you know, maybe I would be the greatest criminal, I don't know, you know. So this is not coming from a perspective that I'm speaking down on people, not at all, you know. If anyone has a past, or anyone, you know, struggles or something like that, man, hey, God help, you know, God help us all. But just from a neutral perspective, from a fair perspective, even if you're like a freaking, I don't know, even if you would be like a boss of something dodgy, you know, you would still want your family to be safe, right? In a city to be safe. So yeah, man, you want a city to be safe, basically. You do not want that crap criminality. It's just nonsense. It's just disgusting, bro. To be honest, it's just disgusting. So you want to have a place where you can chill, and if you have that, but that's a huge plus. You can do all of the things I mentioned at night, amazing ambiente, as you can see in a picture. Beautiful lights, inspiring. Those lights are inspiring. That's why New York was known all around the world. Everybody wanted to go to New York because of the skyscrapers and the lights, because they're inspiring. And that's also a point I have, is that people always bash civilization. People always say, well, we're building too much, we're focusing on infrastructure, blah blah blah, on buildings, etc. We have to go back to nature, blah blah blah. Yeah, we do have to go to nature, true, but that's also part of nature, I would argue. Creating beautiful cities, creating civilization, advancing civilization is part of human nature. And if we can embrace it and not give too much worth to it, nor do we bash it completely, we have a middle ground, we can actually enjoy that stuff without feeling guilty or weird about it. So I think this city is beautiful and it's absolutely inspiring. It's the work of another person. If you think about it, if a beaver creates his house, that's nature. If a spider creates its web, that's nature. If a human creates a city, that's also nature and natural. There's all natural materials used. Metals, stone. This buildings is natural. This is actually like an ant colony. That's like a human colony, bro. That is natural. So let's continue. Yeah, beautiful, clean looking railroad. Beautiful. I like the calligraphy. Also very appealing for the Muslim people. It's like a culture, of course. You know, you're feeling really those type of things, you know, from your own culture or cultural influence, right? That it has, or the religious influence. You see those calligraphy all around, so that can make you feel home if you're just a tourist or you want to migrate there or you already live there. It's something, a plus, you know. Especially like maybe for Arabs and stuff like that. Also very interesting, but let's continue. So yeah, rejuvenation. It is in the middle of the desert. That's often used as a contra. It is kind of like, it could be seen as a contra. I see where it could be seen as a contra. No place is perfect. There's no place that is perfect. People always complain about their place. People here in Europe, they say it's raining so much, blah blah blah, it's always gray, blah blah blah, in Northern Europe. And I'm like, okay, but I like the rain actually. Embrace it. I actually like the rain. I actually like it when it's cold and snowy and then it changes to a little bit of sunny, etc. No place on earth is gonna be perfect. People in those places, they go tourist mode into Switzerland to experience snow, and the other way around. People go to experience the sun and the desert. So you're never gonna have the absolute perfect space all the time. That's reserved for heaven, you know. But yeah, so it has a desert. You can rejuvenate there. The desert is something beautiful and captivating about the desert. I was never there, so I'm not like an expert or something like that. But I think it is a very free space, right? You have a lot of sight. There's nothing inside. You can just relax there. You can make a picnic. You can go with a camel, with those machines. You can go over the dunes. I don't know, the quadro, it's called in my terminology. Maybe I made that up. But yeah, it's beautiful, man. The desert is definitely something natural. Especially at night, you can see the sky is full of stars. So you can even take a trip out of the city, get to a place where there's not too many people. Beautiful. And also to note in this picture, the people are very keen to preserve their traditions. Traditional clothes, traditional patterns, as you can see the cloth on the camels. So even though the place has like 80% of people being immigrants or foreigners, the locals are still preserving their culture. And they're doing it in a great way and in a non-conflicting way, which is very admirable how they do it. The world can learn a lot about from Dubai, actually. And again, I don't want to sound like it's perfect or something like that, but I gotta do another video. Break it further down.